Right. Welcome back. Last time we went ahead and took over the last of Macedonia for Bulgaria. I granted it to them because it was their cores, so little reason not to just hand it over to them. I also declared war on the Karamanids, who ended up forging an alliance with their previous rivals, the Ottomans. So, yeah. And the best part is, this is the easiest direction to expand into. Because Venice has 28 ships. I mean, sure, a good portion of those are transports and light ships, but that's a lot of galleys. I don't remember how many galleys they have, but it's a lot, I know that for sure. I mean, Wallachia is protected by Poland. There's Hungary, which is probably the largest power I bordered directly. Durazzo was protected by Naples, but if I declare war soon, I don't have to deal with Naples. But I'd like to finish this war first. The Knights happen to be allied with Venice, and these happen to be subjects of the Karamanids. Anywhere else, I probably don't have the ships to do effectively. I mean, there is Genoa, but they have about half as many ships as Venice has, which is still a lot. Still more than I have, by 50%. And they're allied to France, which is terrifying. France is just terrifying. Yeah. Hopefully I can get this war done and over with before Naples decides to inevitably peace out. Because they are a lot easier to handle than anyone else. Right. Hopefully no one tries to take advantage of it, though. And it would not be a good idea to try before this war's over. Okay. Not gonna be able to do anything like this, though. Proud. Really? Yeah, I won't be able to ask for much. Just some cash to fill out my coffers. And those provinces. Oh. Seize the Ionian coast? And that little instability modifier should be gone. Yep, I don't see it anywhere. Excellent. Of course, any further expansion into Anatolia is likely going to get me some wrong culture provinces, so I need to be careful. But it can be handled. I managed to handle Bulgarian reasonably well. Albania's going to be difficult, but all I need is time. Definitely need time. Gonna need to let my military recover from this. I definitely need to start thinking about expanding my navy. I absolutely have the money to do so. In fact, I could probably lower taxation. With how effective the tax system is now, yeah. Plus 10 ducats a month is no longer nearly as important now that... well. Yeah, plus 10 ducats a month, basically. It's nowhere near as important. So I can afford to lower the amount of other taxation that I do. Right, there is still that glitch though. The display doesn't show up that stuff properly. Scrap tech. Munitions armor, that's when the bomb boards come out. Got the first artillery. This is naval force limit plus 3%, naval morale plus 0.25, admin efficiency plus 5. Forgot to read out the military technology effects, but that can be handled later. Time to handle some political issues. There's not really much I can do with, because I've just spent everything on that. Actually, I think most stuff expires on the 5th. There we go. I don't really need to promote the aristocratic faction. I will arrange a strategic marriage again. Because having them on having the aristocrats on high power isn't actually that big of a deal right now. At the very least, as long as I don't run promoted lesser nobility anymore, it will slowly decline even with strategic marriage active. I should check on the construction project. 10 years. Okay, fine. I'll promote the aristocratic faction again. Should at least work towards increasing the loyalty in areas that have lower loyalty. In order to prevent serious issues from arising again. Jeez, my balance is just gets higher and higher. I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but I think it might be a combination of provincial corruption going down and state reach going up, especially in provinces that are relatively disaffected from my bureaucracy. Plus lowering autonomy. I am getting most of my money from the peasantry, but not at a completely disproportionate amount, which is good. Nobles are giving me a lot of money, as are the burghers. Most of my income comes from property, though. I probably have lots and lots of silver mines and gold mines to run off of, which is amazing. The gold mine here is fully kitted out. Yeah, I've got 100 units here, and it's getting me 25 ducats a year. Well, after corruption, of course. Corruption still has its effects of cutting just over half of my potential income, but honestly, with the amount of money that I'm getting now, it doesn't really matter. I can easily afford to continue expanding the navy. And you just allied the Roman papacy? Well, they only have one ship. They're gonna have to walk. Still, that's an amount of manpower I don't want to have to deal with. Oh well. Bulgaria has 7k troops, so that helps. And it's unlikely that Naples will be able to send everything all at once anyway, so... Although no, it's not that big of a deal, though, yeah. Ah, the Iberian wedding has occurred. Great. Does mean that Aragon no longer has allies, but now Castile is something to be dealt with. Thankfully, they're rival to France, so they're not absolutely terrible, just kind of bad. Right, I think this is about as good of a position as I can make in the short term. Yes, truce with the Roman papacy. Oh, that with Moldova. Okay. Yeah. How long are we? Okay. So don't forget, I'm gonna go ahead and declare war. First, check for fortifications. Convenient spot, Fleur. Okay. Okay, we've got more troops. Okay, the same amount of troops. But we've got more troops dedicated to combat, plus they're better delegated. We've got more cavalry, which are more effective at this point in the game. They have an artillery too, which is useful for sieging. Nothing else. It's so early in the game that cannons have just been unlocked and they have .01 fire and .01 shock. They hardly do anything. Except provide a defensive buff. And speed up sieges. And that's literally the entire point to them. Yeah, wasteland passage. Yeah, it does exist, just not everywhere. It's been made more obvious that these passages exist. I guess. I don't know. Yeah, okay. So I managed to win these 3 provinces, though it was hard fought. I could not have gotten much more because we kept going back and forth. No one could really siege down a province because everything was too well defended. Yeah. At least with this, things should be easier. Naples is a lot weaker than they used to be after losing a war to France, so a lot of their troops are gone, and their ships, well... I've come into a recent influx of a lot of money, so I've been trying to take advantage of that as best as I can. Additionally, my autonomy is doing excellently, so I just need to allow the country to stabilize and get enough legitimacy to get to 80. And I can completely stabilize the empire, which will provide me with even more buffs. 25 years of goodness, plus making it so that legitimacy will no longer be an actual issue, like it is now. Plus annexing Albania is also going to be nice. Claim on Central Balkans, Apulia, Corfu, and Cephalonia. Central Balkans, that's basically Serbia, isn't it? Yeah, Serbia, Montenegro, and Albania. Minus Kotor. Because that's considered part of Dalmatia. Ooh. At least Hungary is a non-threat at the moment. Because currently they're under temporary personal union. They're no longer under temporary personal union. Apparently that only lasted a few years. But they do have restoration of the Union Casus Belli against Hungary. So if they choose to, they could make an attempt. But I'm not sure if they're actually strong enough to do so. Yeah. But Albania's a good next step. Taking out Durazzo, or most of Durazzo, is going to help immensely. Plus, it's almost all Orthodox, so correct religion is excellent. They're also dealing with a plague at the moment, which... I don't like plagues. Yeah, it's reaching me too. Although I do have to admit, most of the recent cash influx is actually precious metal mines? Probably. I'm getting 355 ducats a year from property, or at least before corruption. Before corruption, my total revenue is 477. Yeah, so that's over 2/3, I guess. I mean, 477. Is in fact divisible by 3. Okay. Dividing that by 3 might take me a minute though. Let's say there's 300 in there. And 150. And then 27. So, 159. Double the... Oh, yeah, of course. So, yeah, over 2/3 of my income is from property. And, yeah, most of that is... Oh, and my realm expenses are minimal compared to that. I think I might actually activate the grain dole. That'll get me some extra stability and lower unrest everywhere. Should help deal with the pretender rebels in Byzantium. At least for a little while. I'm sure the separatism will be almost entirely gone soon. That combined with increasing legitimacy will also further help in getting those rebels gone. The Sunny Zealots are gone too. Oh, look, he is also fully converted. That was quick. Yeah, I think all my provinces are fully converted. Yes, okay. They're all majority, or plurality, Orthodox now, so. And all of my currently owned territory is connected. The main exception happens to be these two little port provinces that are connected through a vassal state, so that's good. As for what I want from this war, Albania and Naples, little islands here. Of course, eventually I'd like to get Italian foothold. But I don't want to try landing just yet. Plus, they're allied to Padua, which, in my experience, tends to end up being surprisingly strong if Venice allows them to grow. Yeah. Yochiolus also has had some events. The Timurids had Timurid die, so now we're at Shah Rukh. And once he dies, the realm will collapse entirely. Into the, the Persian infight fest that we have at the start of the base game of EU4. Yeah, so Yochiolus is having some minor issues. Kirim and most of Moldova became independent. Although Theodoro is still a vassal state. Yeah. Gonna have to siege this stuff down. Most of it. And then use my ships to fend off naval invasions. And have Bulgaria fight off anyone that intercepts. Because I'm also at war with the Pope. Specifically, I am at war with Durazzo, of course, as well as Naples, the Roman papacy, and, well, Volcanovthesi? I don't know how to pronounce that. So I've probably gotten that wrong. But yeah, I've got way too much money to work with, so I'm trying to up manpower. Of course, I also want to get logistics ideas through. Yeah, it's a lot of things. Lack of points is actually my current issue, which is surprising. Usually it's cash, but that means I can invest more money into other things. I'm sure there's plenty of precious metal mines sitting around waiting for me to invest into them. Okay, they apparently are mostly in Macedonia. So, this is a natural location? It's a bit strange. Yeah, I guess I'm just living off of the precious metal mines of Macedonia. Mostly silver, but there is one gold mine there, so. Certainly helping me keep my treasure rate. I need to start reinvesting in other locations. But yeah, I've gone on for long enough. I'll see you again next time. Until then, bye. Man, we managed 7 years this session. With a war. A war important enough to keep. I was supposed to keep my full attention at all times, but I've made a couple mistakes.